Hello, everybody. This is Wojtowicz, your Chippewa Valley School Board trustee, and this is after the meeting. Most of you probably left already, and I guess going over everything again. We had the recognitions this tonight for the meeting. We went over the bylaws. A lot of things with the bylaws weren't right. They've been changing these things and doing things that I don't think is correct. I actually made a comment of them by the board. One of them, I guess, made a couple notes here. One of them is addressing the superintendent. And it's worried so that the superintendent could have authority over the board members. Well, you don't let your employee have authority over the boss. And technically, that's what it is. My evaluation is done by the election. If the people don't like what's going on, then they can elect somebody else. At least that's the way it should be. If not, I mean, I know we can have a minor evaluation in the sense that we can see if we need any help with things or stuff like that, but that's not the way I'm reading this. It's evaluations to see if we're obeying what they want. The other note is Neola recommendations. A couple times tonight they said that this is what Neola recommends. Okay, well, they just recommend it. And if that's what they're recommending, in fact, I made the comment that I actually have some concerns with what Neola is recommending and what their motivation behind their recommendations are. Because it shouldn't be what they're trying to recommend or what we're trying to put in place for the bylaws. Going into the Sexual Education Advisory Board. First of all, we didn't have the information on the co-chairs. We knew who they were, but we only had very limited on one of them, the secondary co-chair, whatever. And I voted no because it's pretty obvious that there's some very questionable concerns with both of them. As far as the Sexual Education Advisory Board bylaws, they say they're public. I will say that I haven't gone on to seen the updated ones, but we're supposed to be getting those to go over those by the next meeting or whatever it is. Here we go. The Fielding International Workshop. We scheduled another workshop. Now, the last 3 times, we pretty much said the same thing. They say we're narrowing it down, okay? But we're not really. We're saying the same thing. These are the options. We might be saying, oh, we're going to narrow it down to see if we're going to do all our schools or only a couple, but we really don't make a decision. And we're wasting our time. On top of that, we're paying the people from Fielding International to come out. We're paying them for their long trip just to do what they do. Well, heck, I wish I had a job like that. Just have to keep saying the same thing and get paid big money for it. We voted on the co-chairs. I voted no. I think I already said that. We went into executive session for 2 things. One of them was a student expulsion. And we had a majority, so it went through. But we did have a vote, and I couldn't vote with what they were trying to do. I had to. I wasn't willing to go that strict. It seemed like it was a mistake, and it was a serious mistake. But it was still a mistake, and I think we should have gave a little bit of leniency. And I know what you're thinking. Okay, nowadays leniency or second chances, all these words, well, they've gotten out of hand. And I agree with you. But this is a case I could truly say that I think we might have wanted to give a little bit of leniency, second chance, just to see what would happen in the future. In the future, we can throw the book at this person if, whatever. But I mean, if they goof up again. But that's where I'm at this one. Then we had the second executive session, which it was discussing a property, and I think that was, I'm not convinced that it was a legal executive session. From the law that I read, the closed session law, we weren't taking separate minutes and everything else. So now I had to excuse myself and leave that one, and I let them know why I left. But that was the meeting, and that was where we're at. I think I covered everything. The bylaws, the Sexual Education Advisory Board, in 2 spots, the bylaws and the co-chairs. And that was it. So, this is why I voted the way I did. And this is why I try to speak up for our students and the public. Anyhow, if anybody sees me out there, please stop, say hello. I'd love to talk to you. I'd like to hear what your opinion is. Maybe we can get things worked out. And just remember, a college diploma does not make you intelligent. You have a good evening. Bye now.